Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're unboxing a 17-pound box of jewelry. This will just be the first part of it as I have quite a bit to go through. But we may as well get straight into this here. Um, so in here, I did have several single earrings. A couple of them I've set aside because I'm really hoping to find the mates to. This guy here. As well as this one here, which I have the silver set down here as well. So I'm really hoping the mate to those turn up. If not, I'll easily turn them into necklaces like I did with a couple of other ones. This was one earring that I turned into a necklace by adding a jump ring to it and attaching it to a gold-plated chain. This was another one that was a single earring here that I converted into a necklace as well, and it's just a really cute little necklace. And I attached that again to a gold-plated chain. And then I have this pocket watch here, which was actually one of the first things I pulled out of there. And it's got a couple little stains on the outside, but it's a really nice pocket watch, gold-plated. It has a as you can see, there's more marks on the back. But it's got a floral filigree on the outside there. And then if we pop it open, if I'm able to do that with one hand, then when we pop it open here, this is one of the first things I pulled out. And it's actually, it's a Caprini. And it's fairly decent shape, actually. And it's looking at the comparables for it. It's I found this exact one actually priced and sold at $39, and that one didn't look like it had marks on it. So mine I'll probably be looking about $30 for. And then I got this Las Vegas keychain, which I'll try and sell. Won't sell for much, but if it does sell. Or if it doesn't sell, and I'll pop it into a lot. I've got several other things that I've already got in a lot from this particular thing. And then I've got this, what I believe to be jade stones. Anybody feel free in comments to correct me if I'm wrong. With these green dyed abalone shells. And it's a really beautiful piece, actually. On the right person, this bracelet would look very stunning. It'd be a nice accent to somebody's dress. And then this one here, I'm not sure if I'm going to try selling it. Very much on the fence. It's definitely handmade. And definitely would have taken a fair bit of time to have made it. So that goes into it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's something I'd be able to sell. I mean, maybe around Remembrance Day. But if it doesn't sell in a few months, it'll just go into a lot. And then I had this watch here, which is a Gruen, which is actually a very nice watch. I'm gonna do some testing on it. I think it's a gold plated. It does have markings that I don't know what all the numbers mean, but it's kind of cool because you can actually flip it, and it's got the rhinestones, so you can turn it into a just a regular bracelet if you want. It is missing one rhinestone, but I do think even with that, I should be able to sell this thing. If I do find a little rhinestone, I would just repair it. But yeah, it'll go into my gold testing pile is what'll end up happening with that one. And then I got this little bracelet here that is made in China. I do think it's Tibetan silver, which is not actually silver. All that is it's just nickel and nickel alloy and a whole bunch of other different metals just combined to make a silver look. And it wears pretty nice. And it had said made in China, so that's easy to track down there. So yeah, definitely sell that one. Then there's this little pair of earrings here as well, with that open work around. They're very light, and they're a clip-on. There's a few clip-ons in this one here. Some people don't like clip-ons, but I don't know. I don't mind them. I think they're a little convenient and easy for women to put on. And then there's this beaded necklace here. Not expensive beads. So, I mean, I'll try selling it, but it's not gonna sell for a whole lot. If it doesn't sell, then No worries. I'll put it in a lot. Same with this little flower painted bead there. It's a glass bead, and then it's got these other little beads on the stretch bracelet. Kind of reminds me of Halloween. Um, Probably list that. Not much. Again, and we'll be trying to if I don't sell that, I'll be trying to put it into a lot. And then there was this little necklace here as well that has the rhinestone heart as well as 2 gold tone hearts. So it's kind of a 2-tone one. And I believe it said, I'm trying to remember what this thing said. It just said India, I believe. Yeah, India. So it didn't have a brand on it. It just says made in India. So it's a nice piece. It actually looks new. And then we have what I believe to be another jade or sodalite, I believe is the other name, or is the name for these kind of stones too. So I mean, I would have to take a look to see whether it's sodalite or jade. I'll do a little bit more research, but yeah, I'll just take a look at that one. But nice bracelet anyway, actually. And then I have this little bracelet with the big plastic beads, and then what Margaret and Texas Gal treasures, she would call this a sassy tassel, and she would sing her sassy tassel song. I'm not gonna sing. And then this was a pendant that just came as a pendant. I added a 925 silver chain to it so that it can be a proper necklace and someone doesn't have to scrounge around for a chain. But I do like that necklace. And then here's one that actually came on a different necklace. It came on this, which was actually in kind of rough shape. So I switched it out with a 925 chain again. And this one actually is branded. I'll show you the brand here. Oh, it's upside down. But it's by Nolan Miller. And he does a lot of your custom design jewelry there. So we'll just have to take a look for value on that. And then we have the earrings. That other one there actually is just a gold version of these. And this is by Gerald C. Miller. And it's part of his friend's collection. And then we have this pendant that I was tempted to put on a chain, but there's a little bit of yellowing around the outside, so I'll probably just sell this mother of pearl. And I don't feel like rhinestones, I feel like crystals. I mean, it's actually a very nice pendant. I may yet put it on a chain, even with a little bit of yellowing. I should be able to sell it. You can see there's a little bit on the back as well, but the pendant by itself, even though it's a nice pendant, it's vintage and it's definitely showing some yellowing. So we may not price that very high. And then this one here kind of reminds me of a 9 West one that I actually sold to my sister-in-law. It's actually identical, except this one has rhinestones and faux pearls. So this doesn't have 9 West on it or any kind of brand, but it definitely reminds me of their style. So it's either a knockoff of it or it's just missing its 9 West, the 9 West maker's mark, which usually is on a little thing attached on here. So I'm just wondering if that just fell right off. And then this is the smoky quartz style look. It is plastic, but they're earrings, and I have the yellow version of this that I'm still hoping I can find the mate for it. And then this here is a set, so it's got some it looks handmade, so it's definitely an artisan piece. Glass bead on the bottom, plastic on the top. These are plastic beads on here too. Actually, they don't quite feel like plastic. Those might be glass beads as well. I didn't see a maker's mark on this one. But yeah, it's definitely a nice little handmade set. Someone was very talented. And then there's this Monet pin. Monet is definitely a good brand. It's not magnetic, but Monet is usually pretty good about marking their stuff if it's gold. I would guess it's probably gold plated, but I would probably put gold tone. And next up we have these earrings. And these earrings are kind of that gold spiral with a brown cat's eye stone on it. And they're again clip-on. Like I said, lots of clip-ons in this particular one. And then there's a couple pins that I will sell as well. They're the exact same pin. Both of them are these little angels. So with those angels, I'll definitely try and sell those pins separately because they're two separate pieces. And if you're wondering about the band-aid on my finger, I was cleaning some of these pieces with hydrogen peroxide. And apparently, note to self for future reference, when using hydrogen peroxide, I should be wearing gloves because my hands were pressed against it pretty hard. So it actually peeled off some skin off my hands. And then there's this necklace here as well. It's wood with plastic beads. Definitely looks like another artisan handmade piece. Probably won't ask too much for that, but it's a fairly long necklace. And then there is this wire necklace, which I'm not a big fan of wire necklaces because they tend to catch on literally everything in these boxes, but they were nice enough to put it into a bag. They actually bagged everything in this lot, which is awesome. Because then they didn't snag, they didn't hook. You're not scrounging around for things other than some of the earrings that fell out of bags. But yeah, this is actually a fairly nice wire one too. So I mean, it's in really good shape. It'll probably sell for me. And then there's this gold tone necklace here as well. And this one, I believe, is this another made in India one? It's layered. Let me just find the tag here for you. I believe this one had said made in India as well. Oh, no, this was an Avenue one. Right, it was Avenue. So that's a good brand there. Definitely be able to sell that. This is a super, super long wrap chain. You'd have to wrap it twice, and even wrapped twice, it's still really long. But definitely will sell that one. And then we've got this here. Kind of that Western style necklace with your plastic beads on there as well. This was not signed or anything like that, but we'll still sell that. And then there's these earrings that remind me of the 80s. They're in fairly good condition. I've had pink ones in these before show up in these lots, and it was actually, the pink ones were rusted, so I just threw them into a scrap jewelry lot so someone can utilize it for crafting or whatever. But these ones are in fairly good condition, vintage 80s. So we will definitely sell them, not for too much, but we will sell them. And then there's this beaded bracelet in red that's wrapped and everything, and it's a stretch bracelet. I think it's handmade as well, and it's got, the stretch is actually really, really good in this one, so definitely be selling that one. And this was one that definitely was made in India. It doesn't have any other marks on it, but it just says India, and then it has this rose on it, and I don't know what brand is the rose. I did look, and I couldn't find a brand that had that rose on it. So I'm not sure, but it's kind of that beaded native look to it. Very, very nice, beautiful necklace. I love those Indian beadworks. So we'll definitely be trying to sell that one. And then I have this, again, long wrap necklace, not branded, but very nice wrap necklace. So we'll be selling that one as well. And then there's this yellow mustard colored one. I will try and sell this one. Probably won't ask too much for it again, but it's very unique and definitely is that vintage look style to it as well. And then there's this very colorful, almost rainbow colored necklace here, almost like Fruit Loops. That might be something creative to put in my description as Fruit Loop necklace. Um, but yeah, it's definitely very unique, very interesting. They're all wood beads. And then there's this other stretch bracelet that is in really, really good condition. Not branded again, but it definitely looks new. And these beads, they seem like they're wood as well. And then we have these earrings here. They've got a little bit of wear on the back, but the front looks really good, so we'll probably try and sell them as well. And then we have this necklace here that has your plastic beads with a little bit of a cat's eye mixed in, or a tiger's eye mixed in here. And so we will end up selling that piece as well. I don't believe that was branded either. No, this one was not branded. I've been very impressed with this lot though, because I've actually had a fair bit of branded pieces, which quite often these lots you don't find that much for branded. This one I thought was going to have a maker's mark on it because of this little tag here, but nothing. It was a psych. There was nothing on it. But it just says stainless steel. So it's actually a nice piece. Would make a nice wind chime. And then there's this shorter little hoop necklace here as well, and it's magnetic, so it's definitely not silver. But definitely sellable. And then there's this white stone here. Not sure if it's white quartz. I believe it's white quartz, but there might be plastic. I'm not sure. I'd have to actually take a look at the inside, because if you want to take a look to see whether it's plastic or stone, if you look inside these little ends here, if you can see, it'll actually look different if it's plastic from stone. You can't really see well inside those holes there, but from the look of it, it looks plastic. So we're gonna go with plastic on that listing. And then there's these two little bangles that are definitely they're nice looking. They look brand new. I'll probably sell them as a pair, as a lot. And then we have this necklace here that I actually cleaned up this pendant, and it cleaned up really, really nice. And then I added one of my gold-plated chains to it. But yeah, that's actually a really nice pendant. And then we have this bracelet, which is kind of weird. It's got two lobster clasps on it on either end, and then in the middle here, it's actually magnetic as well. So I'm not sure if that's just a design thing or what that's supposed to be. But it's definitely a bracelet. I just not sure why it would have two clasps and two magnets. And then there's this white plastic cuff bangle. I'll probably try and sell it. Not gonna ask a whole lot for it, but I will definitely try selling that. I might see if there's any other plastic ones, and we'll throw them in with that. And then there's this turquoise pendant here. I'm probably going to throw that onto one of my silver chains as well, if it'll fit. If it doesn't fit, then we'll sell it by itself. But I do know somebody who really loves turquoise here, so I will be asking her if she would like that. And then there's this little cameo here on a pendant as well. I don't know if that will fit onto one of my gold chains. If it does, I will pop it onto one of those as well. Otherwise, it'll sell by itself. And then here's another really, really nice rhinestone gold tone bracelet here. It has a new look to it, actually, so I'm wondering if it is new. And it's actually the same as one of the other pieces that I have in here. I'm not sure if you can see the brand name, but it is Graziano, and the CN just means it's made in China. But very, very nice. That's a good brand. They make a lot of gold-plated stuff, so I'm believing these are gold-plated. This here as well is the same brand, and it is, I had to clean this one up a lot. This was the one I cleaned up when I wore through my finger. And then the last one in this particular video that we're doing is this little stretch bracelet here, in great shape as well. I have come across something very similar, maybe this exact same thing in one of my other lots, so I'll have to take a look at that. But definitely be trying to sell that one as well. So stay tuned for more of these videos to come.